take you home, including your mother and stuff like this. Oh, my dad was so cool. Not bigger than the box, otherwise you're not going to take anything home. Size matters, Steve. Now my dad told Steve to explain Mother what 10 centimeters really are, because this makes a cubic decimeter in my country. And a 10-year young boy knows that the cubic decimeter fits 1,000 milliliter, 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 centimeter, which is 1 liter. So we need a minor amount of air, 1 liter. Don't inhale, not bigger than the box. Don't touch anything, boy. They were all over the place, the kids. You get cut, you get burned, you know. I was heating the thing up, right there, rolling over those little splinters, and the kids blew one bubble nicer than the other. Way better than I could ever do at this time. I wasn't there yet, you know. Mine were crooked, inconsistent, and the loops looked lousy. That's what they said at home, lousy piggy tail. I had to sit down and practice this, you know. So I'm going to roll over those little splinters for color decoration, cheap, clean and easy, non-poisoning. This is what they all did in East Germany, in their basements, you know. And Steve had a little test blow. I wanted to see the kid, you know. Steve, you got to blow. I want to see what you got, boy. You full over there. Who told you to blow so hard? Don't listen to Grammy. Maybe Mother told him to blow the hell out of it, you know. She wants the biggest bubble. So size don't matter. It needs to fit in the box, yeah. And what I wanted to avoid is, you know, that they go home with super paper thin things. And so rolling on that board was new to me. My great-grandfather called it marvering plate. I had to do it. And I had to roll it once, and Steve needed to blow one more time to get the feel. And they were asking. I told him, wait, you're going to feel it. So Steve, a little less, you know, than before. Super. That's how we start. We start gently at the beginning, harder at the end. What you learn from a clever child here is, I mean, in their language, yeah, dude, this felt like the opposite than a balloon. They thought, Grandma told him, you gotta blow the hell out of it. It's harder than a balloon at the beginning, yeah? It's the opposite than a balloon. What, you know, when I'm gonna heat this, it's gonna be super hot and liquid and, you know, soft, yummy and gummy, huh? When the surface gets bigger, the wall thickness becomes thinner, it's gonna cool down faster, that large surface, and then it stiffens out frequently, yeah? It is the opposite than a balloon. So we're gonna heat it all, you're gonna blow the ball, okay? That's what Grandpa told me. Size matters. Oh, they had so much fun in the shop, you know, because I was not good. So gently at the beginning, hard at the end. That's what I told them. And you don't shoot all your the biggest China cracker at the beginning, New Year, yeah? You keep the hot air until the end, you know? So that's what it is here. We blow hard at the end, gently at the beginning. Steve was the next in the line, you boy, next. Harder now, hard, all. Steve, we're gonna heat it again. You want a Jägermeister? Don't inhale. No. I'm sure we have a little leak. Listen, sometimes we have a micro leak. I'm gonna do it. We want to walk away with a bubble here, not with an Easter egg, right? Some of them have been Easter eggs. No worry, they're unique. And come back next year and try again. We can work on that size. So Steve, one more time. I can get it nice and warm enough. It really doesn't matter the size, but I wanted to have him a nice bubble that lasts a while for all the effort. He's got it, boy. Aye. So, yeah, stop. Clever. That kid listened to me. He didn't overblow it into size matters, you know. So now, that flip. Boom. Got it. That open. This is the first thing my dad told me on his 5 minutes being at me watching with the first few kids. Never blow in the same end, you dummy. That kid is sick. With the big cheeks, you know, and the pajama in the line. Dad started asking the kids, why aren't you in school? All of them were sick. I got the measles. I have the fever. Dad told me, to come here with Mother in the morning because there is no line. So they were not to miss the every year bubble. So my dad told me, never blow in the same end. So I had to do a little flip and use the other one. So there was a neat little bubble that the kid blew, and I promised him, that because you behaved and everything, at the point when you hear food, I told you how we do it. I promised him you can come back next year and we work a little bit on the side, Steve. This was awesome. Just bring me some homemade cookies. And Dad was way cooler than me then, on the weekends my father, Carl, helped. So let's see if it fits in the box. It does fit in the box because we need to make a neat little reliable lube. I'm gonna seal your hot air in there forever, boy. And at least you can say I did it, but I never inhaled. But here's a lot of witnesses here. And make up a story for the Christmas tree, pass it along. I've seen kids coming to me, my parents now, and even, coming to me and showing me what they've blown 38 years ago, and I fixed them 10 times the loops already, and repaired them, because these are strong, tremendously strong. They're free blown without any mold, and they got no line of any mold mark. And my teacher Ed had big fun, called it the chicken egg principle. He was going to chicken egg principle. The even shell makes them durable. That stuff is also sold to you as Gorilla Glass. Yes, it's hard glass. The zinc glass technology on the sheets, it's Pyrex on that. So this will be packed here until cold enough. You don't show this to a 7-year young girl. Look what you just did. They want to grab it this way. You gotta watch, the kids are danger. One day, I remember at the end of the blow in this town, no matter what we blow, this is the remaining waste, The blowing and the spinning point. Sometimes things look like, my little vinegar and oil bottle. It's a perfect example for this, Things like this sometimes look like Sputnik. 3 of them are closed and 1 is open, It may have 1 here, may have 1 here, and 2 on the side, triple neck flask, And this is how it's always done. And at the end, Steve, these go in the bucket. They are the waste for us. So this would be recycled, and I had to clean all the buckets. Typically, the glass blower, when he takes off a point, immediately he throws it down here in the tin bucket.